Good morning everyone. Welcome back to Grade 4 Maths. How are you all doing today? So we have been learning about factors. Today let's learn about factorization. See, before we dig deep into that, let's see factors once again. So what are factors? Factors are the numbers, or the factors of a given number are the numbers which can divide the given number completely without leaving any remainder. See one example here. You have the number 15 here. Which are the factors of 15? 15 can be either 1 into 15 or 15 into 1, and 15 can be either 3 into 5 or 5 into 3. Hence, these are the numbers which when multiplied together will give the number 15, or these are the numbers which can divide the number 15 completely without leaving any remainder, right? So, we can say the factors of 15 are 1, 3, 5 and the number itself 15. So, look here. Here we have a factor 1. 1 is a factor for all the numbers. Why? Any number multiplied or divided by 1 gives the number itself, right? So, 1 is a factor for all the numbers. And here we have 15, the number itself. All the numbers have the number itself as one factor, and all the other factors will be the numbers between 1 and the number itself. And see here, these are the only numbers which can be multiplied together to get the number 15. Are there any more numbers which can give us 15? No, right? So we can say the number of factors of a number are limited or finite. So let's look at the properties of 1 is a factor of every number, and every number is a factor of itself. And every factor is less than or equal to the given number. Now, there are only a finite number of factors for a given number, and every number except 1 has at least 2 factors, 1 and the number itself. What about 1? 1 has only one factor, 1 itself, right? But all the other numbers have at least 2 factors, the number 1 and the digit itself or the number itself. Now, let's talk about factorization. What do you mean by factorization? Finding the factors of a given number is called factorization. And factorization can be done either by multiplication or division. So, let's see how we can find out the factors of a given number by division first. So, we have the method of division here. We have a question. Find the factors of 45 by the method of division. So, what do we do in this method? In this method, we have to check which all numbers can divide the given number completely without leaving a remainder. If it leaves a remainder, it will not be a factor, and if it does not leave a remainder, or if the remainder is 0, that will be a factor for the given number, right? So, let's start with dividing by 1. 45 divided by 1. See, here we have the division. How many ones will go in 45? 45 itself. So, there we have brought 45 here. Subtracting the numbers will give you the remainder 0. So, here 1 divides the given number 45 completely without leaving any remainder. So, we can conclude this 1, this divisor and this quotient together multiplied will give you this dividend, right? So, these two numbers, the divisor and the quotient, are both factors of the given number 45. So, 1 and 45 are factors of 45. Now, let's check with the next number. Let's divide 45 by 2. So, we have written 45 and 2 here, the dividend and the divisor. And how many 2's will go in 45? 45 divided by 2. Now, let's take the first digit. So, you have 2 here and 4 here, and the second digit is 4 here. So, we know 22 2's are 44, right? So, we have written that here. Subtracting these two numbers will give you a remainder 1, right? So, here we have a remainder 1. Dividing 45 by 2 will leave you a remainder. So, the division is not complete. So, since there is a remainder, we can say 2 is not a factor. See, 2 or 22. They both are not factors of the number 45. Now, let's check with the next number. 45 divided by 3. See how many 3's will go in 45? 15 3's will go in 45. 15 into 3 gives you 45. Hence, when we subtract, we get a remainder of 0. Here, the division is complete without leaving a remainder. See? So, we can say this 3 and this 15. The numbers 3 and 15 are factors of the given number 45. Now, let's check with the next number. Let's check with 4. 45 divided by 4. How many 4s will go in 45? 11 4s are 44. So, let's write that here. Subtracting these two numbers will give you 1. So, there is a remainder of 1. The division is not complete. So, we can conclude 4 and 11 are not factors of 45. So, let's check with the next number. Here 45 divided by 5. And how many 5s will go in 45? 9 5s will go in 45. We know 9 5s are 45. So, we have written that here. Subtracting, the numbers will give you 45 minus 45 equals 0. So, we don't have a remainder and the division is complete. Hence, we can conclude 9 and 5 are factors of the number 45. So, is there any other number that can divide 45 completely? No, right? So, we have found out the factors of the given number 45. The factors are 1, 3, 5, 9, 15 and 45. 1 into 45 is 45, 3 into 15 is 45 and 5 into 9 is 45. So, here we have the factors of 45 by the method of division. See, now we will see the method of multiplication for factorization. So, find the factors of 64 by the multiplication method. So, what do we do in this method? In this method, we see which all numbers, which when multiplied together will give the given number, and those numbers will be the factors of the given number. So, which all numbers can give you 64? But when multiplied together, we know 1 into 64 equals 64. Hence, 1 and 64 are factors of 64. Now, we know 2 into 32 is also equal to 64. Hence, 2 and 32 are also factors of 64. Now, 4 into 16 is equal to 64. Hence, 4 and 16 are also factors of 64. And 8 8s are, or 8 into 8 is equal to 64. Hence, 8 is also a factor of 64. Is there any more number which can give you 64? No. So, we have found out the factors of 64 by the method of multiplication. Which are the factors? 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 and 64. 1 into 64 equals 64. 2 into 32 is equal to 64. 4 into 16 is equal to 64. And also 8 8s or 8 into 8 is equal to 64. So, we have the factors of 64 by the method of multiplication. Now, we'll see one question. Check if 3 is a factor of 41. So, how do we check if 3 is a factor of the number 41? If 3 is a factor of 41, then the number 41 will be completely divisible by 3. Means it won't leave you a remainder, right? So, let's check if 41 can be divided completely by 3. So, we have written the dividend and the divisor in the proper way. Now, let's do the division. Let's consider the first digit. How many 3's will go in 4? 4 divided by 3? 1, right? So, let's write 1 over here. Now, 1 into 3 is 3. Now, subtracting these two numbers will give you how much? 4 minus 3 is 1. Now, bringing the next digit down, which is the digit 1. Now, we have 11 here. Now, 11 divided by 3. How many 3's will go in 11? 3, right? 3 3's are 9. So, let's write 3 here. Now, let's write 9 here. Subtracting, the numbers give you 11 minus 9 is equal to 2. Now, are there any more digits to bring down? No. And is 2 divisible by 3? No. So, let's stop the division right there. And we have the remainder here, 2. And the quotient here is 13. See, since it leaves you a remainder, which is the number 2, is it completely divisible? The number 41 is not completely divisible by 3 because we have a remainder which is number 2. Since there is a remainder, 3 is not a factor of 41. Either 3 or 13 are not factors of 41. Now, we'll see one more question. Check if 5 is a factor of 35. So like we said before, how do we check if one number is a factor of the other? You have to check if the given number is completely divisible by the other number. So let's check if 35 is completely divisible by 5. So how many 5s will go in 35? 7 5s are 35. So let's write it here. Now subtracting the numbers give you a remainder 0. So the division is complete. There is no remainder. So the quotient is 7 and the remainder is 0. The division is complete. Hence we can say this 5 is a factor of 35. Which is the other factor? 7. So 5 and 7 are factors of 35. I hope this is clear to you. Now as an activity for the day, you have to go through the topic factorization in page number 66 and 67 of your textbook. Then you have to do an exercise called try this, which is in page number 67. Also move on to exercise 5.2. You have to complete all the questions in your notebook. So that's all for today. We will meet in the next class with a new topic. Until then, bye.